Hello, it's good to spend some time with you again. I would like to ask a question of reflection. Is there something that you have been seeking the Lord for your whole life? Something that you know that you have prayed about? You've seriously just laid it all out before the Lord and you cried out to Him. There's a beautiful picture in Luke chapter 1 of a couple that believed God for a child. This couple is Zacharias and Elizabeth. They are the father and mother, eventually, of John the Baptist. They were able to serve the Lord their whole life. They were trusting God for something and they didn't see the answer to their prayers, but they remained faithful to God. I love that. They let the answers to their prayers be God's business, and then they were about the business that God had asked them to do. Zacharias was a priest and he was serving in the temple. He had been chosen by Lot on this year to be able, the privilege of going in and to serve. Then suddenly an angel appeared to the right of the altar of incense, and that angel spoke to him, because that's the thing about life. Everything can change in a day. You can get up and you think that it's just going to be a day like everything else. You picture it from beginning to end. It seems as though it's going to be just a normal day. But little did Zacharias know, he was about to be visited by an angel, and a wonderful promise was going to be given to him. Here's what it says in Luke chapter 1, and starting to read at verse 11, and an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing to the right of the altar of incense. Zacharias was troubled when he saw him, and fear gripped him. But the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zacharias, for your petition has been heard, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you will give him the name John." This beautiful scripture right here reminds us that God hears every one of our prayers. The angel wanted Zacharias to know, I'm here because you prayed. I want you to know your life will unfold because you prayed. The beautiful thing here is not that only did they give birth to any son, but they gave birth to a prophet who for 400 years had been prophesied that he was going to come. He needed to be birthed around the time of Jesus so that when he came forth, he could be the forerunner of Jesus and his ministry. He would come in the spirit of Elijah. Can you imagine every day that Zacharias and Elizabeth were disappointed? They asked the question, Lord, why haven't you answered our prayer yet? And yet we find out that when all was said and done, they didn't want the answer when they wanted it. They wanted the answer when God wanted it. Because they waited and continued to pray, not only did they receive the answer to their prayers, but they also received something even greater, that God could do more than they could ever ask or imagine. So know this, God is in any delay to your prayers, and the only reason He